Welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. Last week I received a parcel from Louis Vuitton Moet Hennessy, the proprietor of the Glenmorangie distillery, and they introduced a new Glenmorangie Lasanta single malt whiskey. The Lasanta single malt whiskey was introduced in 2010 as a successor to the old sherry wood finish and port wood finish bottles, the sherry wood finish bottle. And Lasanta stands in Gaelic for warmth and passion. The old bottles, the just gone bottles of Lasanta, 12 years old, were filled with 46% ABV and were finished in Oloroso Sherry casks. And the new one has only 43% and added a little chill filtration. The old one with 46% wasn't chill filtered. So why should we buy this less matured and less valuable bottle instead of the old one? Glenmorangie added Pedro Ximénez sherry casks to the finishing process. And Pedro Ximénez is a very fruity and sweet sherry and is one of my favorite casks for finishing whiskies. So on one side we lose 3% ABV in strength. We have a slight chill filtration for the 43% because otherwise if you pour it onto ice it will turn cloudy. But on the other side you receive a part finishing in Pedro Ximénez casks. So what is better, having this additional finishing in Pedro Ximénez or having 46% ABV and no chill filtration? We will see when we taste. The finishing process of the Lasanta is this way, that you mature it for 10 years in American ex-bourbon casks, as the normal Glenmorangie, the original 10 years old, is, and then you finish it for an additional 2 years in those old sherry casks. And as I said, in former times only Oloroso, which is a very fruity sherry, and today in Oloroso and Pedro Ximénez casks, which give more sweetness to the whiskey. The stills of Glenmorangie are the highest in the world, no, not in the world, in Scotland, with 6 meters, 18 feet. And this divides the alcohol from the fusel oils very good, and this highness gives a separation, and then only the good tastes are going over the neck and into the loin arm, to the condensers, and then in the spirit vats. I received this parcel, and inside this parcel is a miniature and a typical Glenmorangie tasting glass. I do not use this cask for comparison reasons. So I always use the same glass for comparison, so that I can say, well, this whiskey tastes this way in comparison to the other, and not having the glass influence to take into account. The bottles will reach the market in May, I think around mid of May 2014. So if you look for the old one with 46% ABV, you should look out soon. I think the collectors should have a bottle of the old one because it will reach a certain kind of rarity as the old port cask finish of Glenmorangie has. The first bottle, port wood finish from Glenmorangie with 46.5 ABV, I think it had, is very valuable today. 200 euros, dollars have to pay for such a bottle. Perhaps more. Oh. Smooth, sweet, vanilla, caramel, sherry fruit, and in the back, sweetness. It's just warmth and pleasure. It's dangerous. You can't smell any alcohol in it. It's so wonderful. A little darker dry fruit in the back, perhaps from the Pedro Jimenez cask. Coming up a little honey. Yeah. Strong impact, more than you would expect from 43% ABV. Mouth-watering sweetness from the Pedro Jimenez, fruitiness from the Oloroso, vanilla from the cask walls, and a slight oakiness in the back. No bitterness at all. Little darker dry fruits, raisins, becoming spicier. Oh, wonderful. Whenever you look for a mellow, a sweet, an easy drinking single malt whiskey, this is the right one. Sherry casks developing an intense aroma. Little nuttiness coming up. Yeah. So whenever you look for an whiskey for the beginner, if you have to give a gift, I would show your passion for whiskey, and you would not like to, to give a too strong whiskey to your friend, then take this one. Easy drinking, not complicated, light sweetness, long and warming finish. This is it. Thank you for watching Whisky.com. Please stay tuned, and if you like this video, give me a thumbs up.